They said he wasn't smart enough. They said he wasn't talented enough. They said he wasn't the kind of person who would ever make it. To them, he was a stone not worth keeping. The one tossed aside, discarded, left in the dirt. But what no one knew was that one day, that same stone would become the foundation others would stand on. This is not just his story. It's our story, because every single one of us has been rejected, underestimated, or told we don't belong. And what happens next, that choice between staying down or rising up, is what defines everything. There was a young man named Aaron, born in a small town in Ohio, raised by a single mom who worked double shifts at a nursing home just to keep food on the table. Aaron wasn't the star student. He wasn't the athlete with the scholarship offers. He wasn't the kid teachers pointed to and said, "He's going places." He was quiet, awkward, the kind of kid who sat in the back of the classroom hoping no one would notice him. But Aaron had a dream. At night, while the world slept, he sketched designs in a worn notebook. Buildings, bridges, cityscapes. His dream was to be an architect, to design something that lasted, something that mattered. But every time he shared that dream, the response was the same. "Architecture school? You? Be realistic." His guidance counselor shook her head. His classmates laughed. Even his relatives told him, "That's not for people like us. Get a trade. Play it safe." And slowly, Aaron started to believe them. After high school, Aaron applied to 3 architecture schools. Rejected, rejected, rejected. The letters came one by one, each word like a nail driven into his chest. The final letter didn't just say no. It said, "We don't believe you have the creativity or skill required for this field." Imagine being told by strangers, in writing, that your dream is beyond you. That night, Aaron closed his sketchbook and shoved it under his bed. For the first time, he thought maybe they were right. So he took a job at a local construction site, hauling bricks and mixing cement. And here's the cruel irony. Every day, he was surrounded by the very thing he loved, buildings. Blueprints, structures coming to life. But instead of designing them, he was carrying the heavy loads, watching others bring visions to paper while he sweated in the background. He was the stone the builder rejected. One day, during his lunch break, Aaron sat on a stack of cinder blocks with his sandwich. The lead architect on the project, an older man named Mr. Collins, walked by. He noticed Aaron's eyes fixed on the blueprints. "You like these?" the man asked. Aaron hesitated, then nodded. "Yeah, I used to sketch stuff like that, but it didn't work out." Mr. Collins raised an eyebrow. "Let me see." Aaron pulled out his old notebook, dusty, pages curled, sketches from years before. He expected Collins to laugh, to tell him what everyone else had told him. Instead, the man studied the pages quietly. He finally said, "Son, these are good, really good. Who told you you weren't cut out for this?" Aaron swallowed hard. "Everyone." Collins smiled slightly. Then maybe everyone was wrong. That single sentence lit something inside Aaron that had almost burned out. Mr. Collins became an unlikely mentor. He couldn't hand Aaron success. He couldn't give him a degree, but he gave him something more powerful: belief. He loaned him books, recommended online courses, showed him how to think not just like a laborer, but like a builder. At night, after long shifts, Aaron would sit at his mother's kitchen table, studying, sketching, designing. He applied again, this time to a community college architecture program. He got in, but the struggle wasn't over. He was older than the other students, poorer. He worked construction by day, studied by night. Some days he couldn't even afford bus fare, so he walked miles to class. He failed assignments. Professors doubted him. One even said, "You'll never make it in this field. You should quit before you waste more time." But Aaron had changed. Every rejection used to break him. Now, it built him, because once someone finally believed in him, he learned how to believe in himself. In his final year, the school held a design competition. Students were tasked with creating a model for a sustainable community center. Aaron almost didn't enter. His classmates had better materials, better connections, better reputations. But he remembered something his mother once said: "Baby, You don't need to be like everyone else. You just need to be the stone they can't ignore. So he entered. For 2 weeks, he poured everything into his design. Scraps of cardboard, recycled wood, late nights fueled by coffee and stubbornness. The night of the competition, his classmates unveiled glossy, polished models. Aaron wheeled in his rough, handmade design. Whispers filled the room. Who let the construction guy in? This looks like a school project, not a real design. The judges walked past, until one stopped. She leaned closer, studied the angles, the layout, the purpose behind every choice. This, she said slowly, isn't just a model. This is a vision. Aaron won first place. That competition changed everything. Internships opened. Scholarships appeared. Aaron graduated with honors. The same student who was once told he had no creativity. But the story doesn't end there. Years later, Aaron returned to that same small town in Ohio. The town had an empty lot where an old factory used to stand. And guess who was chosen to design the new community center? Aaron. The boy once rejected became the architect of the place that would inspire generations. When the ribbon was cut, his mother stood in the front row, tears streaming down her face. Mr. Collins, older now, walked up and whispered, "See, I told you, everyone else was wrong." Friends, here's what I want you to remember. The world will reject you. They'll laugh at you, doubt you, push you aside. But sometimes, the stone the builder rejects is the very one God uses as the foundation. So maybe right now, you feel overlooked. Maybe you've been told you're not enough. Maybe you've been carrying dreams in silence, afraid to pull out your notebook again. Don't you dare give up, because the ones who doubt you today might be the ones standing in awe tomorrow. And your story, your dream, your fight, your perseverance could be the very foundation that others build their courage on. So the next time someone tells you no, remember Aaron. Remember that rejection doesn't define you. Foundation does. And if this story lit something inside you, if it reminded you that your dream still matters, drop a comment and tell me what you're building. Because one day, the world will see the stone the builder rejected might just be you.